If you just now tuning in, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell. GMS fam, the green room. Let's talk about it. Hey, yo, GMS fam, the green room. Look at my eyes. I just took one of the biggest hits of my life, okay? And once again, I almost started this stream with dying on camera. But I collected myself before I pressed that camera to go on, all right? We good. That's what we doing, man. We keeping that green mind state. GMS fam, the green room. What's going on, man? Happy Wednesday. Welcome back to the GMS show. You know, we start out every show with peace, love, positive energy, good vibes, passing it forward, hoping that you pass it along as well. My GMS fam, if you are tuning in live, please do me a big favor. Tap into the live chat. Let me know where you tuning in from. What city are you tuning in from? Shout out your city. Make sure you hit that like button on the way in. Share this live as well, man. Let people know where to pull up right now, right now. I ain't gonna hold y'all long today, man. We gonna get through these topics. First and foremost, man, shout out to y'all. I see you quick. What up, William Eastman? What up, DJ? Who else is in the building, man? We got King Lukey in the building, my Minnesota brethren. We got Vel in the building. What's going on, Vel? From Vallejo. I remember where you from. I always remember where you from. CDT Beats is in the building. My guy. What's going on, man? How y'all feeling, man? How y'all doing? How's your family doing? Hope y'all doing good, in good spirits. Hope everybody's doing well, in good health. Look, man. There's a few things we have to touch on today, man. A few topics that we have to talk about, and I need y'all to join in on this conversation so that we can all have our opinions heard and have this discussion. There's a few topics, few of them. Now, first and foremost, you know, I want to continue on the conversation that we were having on Monday regarding Ja Morant, because since that day, Ja has released a statement. And that statement kind of has people questioning whether or not it's real, because I guess apparently somebody did some research and turned out that his statement looked a little familiar. Shout out my guy Marcus X, man, tuning in from New Jersey. We got 313 tapping in from Detroit. My guy Steeler Lee's in the building. Ronald Harris, what's going on? Art Trez from North Little Rock, Arkansas. What's going on, my brother? North Carolina is in the building as well. Here's a statement that Ja Morant was able to release to the public after the recent incident of him being caught on IG Live again with a pistol. Here's what he said. He said, "I know I've disappointed a lot of people who have supported me. This is a journey, and I recognize there is more work to do. My words may not mean much right now, but I take full accountability for my actions. I'm committed to continuing to work on myself." Well, a lot of people called cap on his statement because, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me, as the old saying goes. And somebody went and looked up his statement and found it apparently on ChatGPT. Now, if you don't know what ChatGPT is, it is an AI generated, sentence maker, if you will. It can generate statements. It can generate apologies. It can generate speeches. It can generate anything really that you wanted to do. All you got to do is type in, "Hey, make an apology for getting caught again." And people found some similarities in Ja's statement and this ChatGPT shit that they pulled up. Now, I'm going to read his statement again, and then I'm going to read ChatGPT's version. So here's Ja's version. Once again, "I know I've disappointed a lot of people who have supported me. This is a journey, and I recognize there is more work to do. My words may not mean much right now, but I take full accountability for my actions. I'm committed to continuing to work on myself." Here is the ChatGPT version. "I deeply know I've disappointed a lot of people who have supported me. This is a journey, and I recognize there is more work to do. My words may not mean much right now, but I take full accountability for my actions. I'm committed to continuing to work on myself." Then they chose this picture to go with it and shit. Like, yeah, nigga, I didn't mean that shit. Hey, man, I think this whole Ja Morant situation is crazy. I think that, and to be honest, I think more people are looking at it from a logical standpoint, more so than like the political or racial standpoint of it, because we're talking about a person who is very, very much well in it, in his mindset to do what he wants to do. He has the mindset to do what he wants to do. And it seems like there's nothing that anybody really can tell him. I know I've seen some people be like, "Where is his dad? Why isn't his dad saying this shit to him? He just want to have fun. Why ain't his friends saying this shit to him?" We don't know if they haven't or have. We all know people who just don't listen and who want to do what they want to do. Now, those are people who don't have to be a millionaire. There's people out here that do what they want to do without being financially stable. This man, you add being financially stable and being a superstar on top of his personality and his attitude already. Oh, you can't tell him shit. There's going to have to be something detrimental that happens, sad to say, but it's something that's detrimental that's probably going to happen for him to realize he needs to move differently. I don't think these situations are going to teach him anything, because while you do have the league that finds it to be a problem and people that have certain opinions like, "Oh, he's stupid for doing this," there's also a great amount of people who are defending him. So when you have people that defend these actions, he's not going to see what's wrong with it. He's going to go on ChatGPT. He's going to, "Hey, how can I make an apology for getting caught again?" Put that shit out and then move on with his life. Something like this for this type of man and somebody who I don't have any, like, I don't think that, it's not that I dislike this kid at all. Ja Morant's very talented. I think he's a good kid. I just think that, the internet and the way that people move at that age puts them in a difficult spot for people to make them, for the public to view them as a certain way. And not that we should care as much how people view us, because at the end of the day, people only copy us. They can always try to find a reason to be mad or to try to talk shit or to try to talk about our community. But at the end of the day, motherfuckers copy us like a motherfucker. And I just want us to move differently. I want us to move smarter, to have more common sense with it. If you know that people look at certain things a certain way, maybe don't move that way. Maybe don't try to put that extra attention or extra bullshit on you when it's unnecessary. Now, speaking of this Ja Morant situation, one person that had something to say about it, of course, was Cory Holcomb. And I'm going to play a little bit of what Cory had to say in this situation. Then I'm actually going to play what JJ Redick said, because JJ went on ESPN to defend Ja Morant. And although I understood what he was saying, I still think that for us as a community, you know, excluding JJ, but I think us as a community needs to understand that we need to be better spokesperson and be better people to talk to the younger generation instead of trying to find ways to defend certain shit that we know is going to put them in a fucked up position. Like I said before, the world should be different. The way that people view us as a people should be different, but it's not. That doesn't make it right. That doesn't make it okay. That doesn't mean that I accept it. That just means I have common sense enough to know that people's minds aren't going to change about black people anytime soon. And that it's unfortunate that we have to move a certain type of way or else people will demonize us. I just feel like we have to have the common sense enough to know that that is the reality of the situation instead of trying to talk about what should be okay and what shouldn't be right. We have to stay in reality. We can talk about what things, what should change and what should be different all day. But if nobody's actively trying to change that, and then we have people that actively go online to try to reverse the progress that we've made, well, we got to move differently. That's all I'm saying. Now, this is what Cory had to say about the situation. Listen here.
Who is getting caught up in all kind of shit named Ja Morant. Now, his father in his life.
His homeboy.
But you don't know. Maybe he's feeling peer pressure.
His father like his homeboy, though.
Oh, that's a good one, too, Marcus.
He ain't being a father figure.
You hanging.
That's what I said on my last show, by the way. I said when people ask about Ja Morant's dad and be like, why ain't Ja's dad said nothing? Why you think he ain't said nothing? That nigga, he looks at his son like his friend. T. Morant started going viral because motherfuckers said he was like Usher. That nigga didn't take off his sunglasses since. That motherfucker been showing up to the games doing spacewalks and spins and shit, talking about, there goes my baby. Ever since. That man is not worried about what the fuck his son got going on off the court as long as he can continue to show up to them games and motherfuckers can continue to start to keep talking about him. That's why we ain't heard nothing from Ja's dad.
He like, shit, nigga, this is my cash cow right here. Nigga, I got to treat them.
See, I didn't know all this stuff happened. The incident at the mall where Ja Morant's mother got into it with a employee at the little shoe store.
Right.
Young boy.
Yeah.
She called her son, Ja Morant, and told him, woo, woo, woo. Next thing, Ja Morant and 8 niggas at the shoe store,
I ain't know
like the
this.
Foot Locker. I know you didn't know this.
Yeah.
They didn't even went in the back. They chased the boy in the room in the back where he had to lock the door so he won't get moved on.
Mm-hmm.
That was a situation that actually I talked about as well. Let me just say this. Not that I don't mean to disrespect Ja Morant's mother, but that action was very stupid. Very, very stupid. Especially to be somebody's mother and knowing their position. You know your son is in the NBA. You know anything that he does, either against the law or whatever he does off the court, will be examined by the league. To call him to try to handle a situation at a finish line or Foot Locker or whatever, wherever they were at, was not the right idea. And I get some people out there be like, well, it's her son, that's his mama, he gonna defend his mama regardless. Yeah, but if that dude didn't put hands on his mom, didn't assault her in any way, and was just going back and forth with her, there's no reason to call your son, who is in the NBA, the star player on the team, to come and handle the situation. With all the niggas that surround him that try to act the way that they do, you could have called any of them niggas. You could have called John and said, hey, get some of your friends down here. I don't think you should come here because there's going to be too much heat on you. I don't want you to fuck up your situation. But call so-and-so and so-and-so. Tell them I'm up here at finish line. They need to come up here because this little boy disrespected me. Just that easy. Just that easy.
That's wild.
This is not Ja Morant father in his life. I mean, like, to comment on this is a very delicate thing. Because, see, I don't want to shit on Ja Morant.
Well, you just saw the more recent thing, right?
Well, I saw the more recent thing where he flashing a gun. He hasn't been charged with anything because it ain't a charge to flash a gun. But I'll speak on that. I'll speak on that too. Really, that's black boy, gun, bad. That's what that is. When black people flash guns, it's bad. Now, I'm not saying Morant doesn't have issues, because he do. But what I'm saying is, it's sad thinking about Ja Morant's situation, because if you are around the right people, they are not finna let you do shit to fuck up the bag. Including if they gotta get cut off from the bag. Sometimes you gotta have that motherfucker mad at you, because you know in the long run, he gonna be like, man, that motherfucker always kept it a buck with me. But see, if you got Ja Morant at, let's say, the shoe store, I don't want to say the name, in the mall, and Ja Morant done ran in the back trying to grab a boy who work at a shoe store, and his niggas with him, them niggas with him out of pocket.
They shouldn't even let him do that, right?
They must ain't got no chief. Who gonna be like, fuck you got that nigga up there doing that shit for? You don't do nothing like that.
You mean like a tribal chief?
Be with him?
I'm talking, when I say chief, I'm just speaking street shit from Chicago.
Okay, yeah, I'm like,
It's a chief from when I I ain't part of that, but I'm just saying, you couldn't, man, if you got $1 million nigga, do you think these motherfuckers finna let something happen to that nigga, especially at a mall, running a boy in the back?
all the niggas around him getting disciplined.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's
like,
supposed to. Yeah.
Who he fucking with?
Yeah.
This motherfucker is the bag.
But he has
And he
HPD.
chasing a nigga in foot.
Well, here's the fucked up part about that. And this is where we have to go back to the generation, because Corey's using old nigga terms. Talk about a chief and talk about whatever happened back in the day. It's not back in the day. It's 2023. These young niggas move different. They talk different. They don't have no real role models or anybody out there giving them or feeding them game, giving them common sense, trying to tell them right from wrong, trying to give them life experience. Like, yo, I did that. I went through that. It's not lucrative. It does not benefit me. You might want to change your route. None of these little niggas have that at all. And guess who dropped the ball on that? The older generation. Because let's keep it real. It's not up to the younger generation to look for guidance from the older generation, because they don't have the common sense enough to think that way. The older generation is supposed to take the initiative to want to guide the youth into trying to do something better with their life. That's just my opinion. I may be wrong to some people, but trust me, there are people out there that understand the sentiment of taking the initiative as an OG and trying to help give game to the younger kids so they don't be out here fucking themselves over. But guess what? Niggas out here doing the most. Ja Morant is not that dude that people think he is. He is not the dude who carries a persona of being in the streets like that. I think that persona came after he got into the league. I really do. Maybe there's evidence out there that may contradict what I'm saying, but as far as I seen, that nigga turned that way as soon as he got to the fucking league.
Lock that nigga I'll lock that nigga in the gym.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Nigga, you can't do nothing but work out.
Yeah, all his homies need to be beat up and ran out of town.
Man, I didn't even know that happened like that. I done found out things that has happened with the young brother Ja Morant, and he got temper issues. But why would your mama send you up to the mall over a disagreement over a shoe?
She resents resents his success.
Oh my God, Craig, you a G.
Hey man, she resents.
Say it again.
She resents his
because ain't nobody
success.
Gonna say it.
Parents can be jealous of their kid's success. She is trying to lead him down a path of destruction, and he probably also suffers from histrionic personality disorder. So HPD is defined by the American Psychiatric Association as a personality disorder characterized by patterns of excessive attention-seeking behaviors, usually beginning in early adulthood, including inappropriate seduction and excessive desire for approval.
I had to let Craig get that definition off, because it's the second time in a row that he has brought up a definition to diagnose a motherfucker with exactly what it is that they probably have. Last week, it was the parent syndrome, parentificitis, or whatever the fuck it was. It was a parent disease where parents made their kids grow up faster than what they should have, put more responsibilities on them, and then therefore the kid grew up to resent them. Now we have this personality shit where it looks exactly like I just got done saying. I don't think this came before Ja was in the league. I think once he got to the league, once he got some notoriety and some money and people were looking at him a certain way, he started to take on a personality that really wasn't his. And I mentioned this on Monday because one thing, it's like little things that I'll be thinking about. In that video with Ja holding up the gun, why didn't Ja hold up a finger gun like his homie did in the video? You want to know why? Because of that shit that he's dealing with, trying to prove a point, trying to be somebody he's not. We already knew from the first time the shit happened on IG that you got a strap. Ja Morant, why are you pulling out another one to show people again, knowing damn well the type of trouble you got in the first time? That's somebody who's trying to overcompensate for something, trying to prove something because he knows that's not really who he is. You're trying to overconvince people that that's who you are when you know it's not. Now, during this conversation, and it got to the point where, you know, the way that they're moving about certain topics is one thing. I think y'all should go check that out when y'all have a chance. But I want to show y'all what JJ had to say in this instance, because he brought up a few good points. And as a white man, you know, a lot of the times you think that certain white individuals be trying to pander. And a lot of times they are, because they don't want to seem like they're racist, or they want to look like they're racist. So they try to do a little bit extra to try to prove that, instead of just simply not just being racist. I don't know what it is, but I think JJ really is kind of passionate about certain things, and we don't see him hold back. I mean, I don't think he's a person that's pandering, because when Kendrick Perkins brought up Jokic and the MVP and saying that, you know, he's getting it or because he's white, JJ was like, fuck that shit. That's not right. Motherfucker, you not finna say that. He earned that shit. And I will say this on record, Jokic did earn that shit. Embiid should have never got the fucking league MVP. I stand on that shit. Joel Embiid is a hoe ass nigga, and I'm gonna tell you why. You don't play that shitty as the star player, as the leading, as the fucking commander of your team and the new MVP, and play like shit. And then after playing like shit, the second leading person on your squad, James Harden, plays like shit as well, and the whole team had to try to carry y'all to try to win the game that y'all lost, and you got the nerve to go in a fucking during a press conference and say that you can't win the game alone, dissing your whole squad, knowing damn well you play like shit. Jokic would never. Jokic would never. And I'm not, and this ain't a black and white thing. This is a pure outplayed the entire season thing. Jokic will dominate Joel Embiid. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how I feel about that. I know I went on a little bit of tangent, but I was talking about Joel last night with the homies. I'm like, get this nigga out of here, man. Get this nigga out of here. You don't ever disrespect your squad after a loss. When y'all lost the series, y'all finna go home for the summer. I don't know. I'll go on a whole tangent about that. That shit pissed me off, man. I'm not about that shit, especially when I got a team with me. If we a team and we doing this shit together, I'm never finna look at it like I'm the only person on this squad doing everything, especially when I'm playing trash and everybody else got to carry my big, stupid, dumb ass. But anyway, JJ Redick had this to say.
Again, we can go into the backstory of the incident with the teenager. Ja's claiming self-defense, that the teenager threw the ball in his face. We can go into the incident at the mall when he yelled at his security guard. We can go into the incident with the Indiana Pacers traveling party. As far as we know, all of these things have been investigated.
I got to spark up.
Law has been broken. I'm not condoning
that Joel Embiid shit just pissed me off low key. I need to smoke some
behavior. I'm not saying there should
I don't
be
like
no
that
punishment. There should be. There should be consequences. You are the face of the league. You are representing the NBA. You are a role model to young kids. All of that. I don't think half a season is the right answer. And the last point I want to make, because you bring this up, the guns on social media. We talk about consequences. Look, in our country right now, gun culture is pervasive. It's pervasive. We've got mass shooting after mass shooting, and nobody's doing a damn thing about it. So I get why we're so sensitive to this right now. But there's no consequence for Greg Abbott telling his constituents that they should go buy more guns, and then we have mass shooting after mass shooting in Texas. There's no consequence for an elected Tennessee official to send out a Christmas card holding AR-15s with his young family, and then there's a shooting in his very district. There's no consequences to that. So why are we trying to lay down the hammer on a 23-year-old who didn't break a law?
You slamming the table.
Explain that to me.
That nigga was slamming the table. JJ was mad as hell. Why are we laying the hammer down on a 23-year-old? He has some points, though. He has some points. I will say this. Even though the league is much different than politics, I will say that more serious things are happening around the globe, and there are people in positions of power who are irresponsible with their positions of power, who don't get to seem to have any consequences or repercussions for their actions, but continue to be elected and put in positions of power. Then you have somebody like Ja Morant, who is just an NBA player, who holds a certain amount of responsibility, but at the same time is a young 23-year-old kid. Not kid. I'm not going to say kid. But he's a young 23-year-old man, and he's still out here learning. The niggas that JJ Redick mentioned are some niggas in their 40s with whole families and children who have responsibilities to look after the public and are irresponsible with the way that they look after the public. And we don't hear too much about the things that they talk about or the things that they do, things that they say. And the perfect and now I've seen more people come out with pictures of different NBA players holding up guns on their social media accounts, and I need them to understand that it's not and they're trying to use it as a thing to defend Ja, but it's really proving the point of circumstances and the way that they do it. See, there's a picture of Draymond Green laying down holding a rifle. He's at a fucking shooting range. There's a picture of another white NBA player holding up guns, but in his house. You know what I'm saying? This is a person who is trying to, and it's common sense. You trying to put on a persona that's not yours. You play in the fucking NBA, my guy. You're not a rapper. You're not an entertainer. You're not in the streets. This is what we're trying to do. As a matter of fact, we're trying to save other young black men like Ja Morant from making mistakes and trying to put themselves in a situation that they know they shouldn't be in. What is bad about that? Why can't we as a black community have that conversation without people trying to use the quick terms of, oh, you being the house nigga, or you giving those talking points them white folks be using, or you trying to demonize a black man. No, man, the motherfucker's demonizing himself, and we trying to stop that shit. We see the potential that this man has in his career and in his life. We want him to have that as long as we can. We not no hating ass niggas. Why y'all trying to run this nigga down the fucking sewer? That's all I want to know. Let me answer this question too. Stiller Lee, I wanted to answer this earlier. Stiller Lee said, question GMS, what about the young ones who have the village behind them and don't want to listen to the elders and OGs? That goes on a lot, not a lot. Look, that's the messed up part. Those young kids, like, and you got to understand, social media plays a big part in that as well. Like, social media is kind of raising these kids, not even kind of, a lot. Give a kid a cell phone or a tablet, iPad, whatever. They're going to be on the internet looking at shit because it's not just fun shit. Excuse me. It's not just video games. It's not just, life lessons. People are on there trying to coerce kids into being a certain type of way on the internet. They're looking at things. You can go on Google, on YouTube and look up how to fix your entire car right now. You know what I'm saying? So even shit like that, you may look at it and be like, yeah, that's helpful, but you have to understand on the flip side of it, YouTube is a huge space, not just for that, but for conspiracy theories, for over sensationalizing shit, for clickbait, misinformation, all that shit. That doesn't just go for YouTube, but it goes for a lot of social media platforms. And these kids, if you don't make them put aside a time to put down their electronics, you're gonna have a real hard time parenting out here. And these kids gonna have a real hard time listening to somebody else outside of the internet because they feel like they know everything. Trust me, I've been seeing that shit. Now, during this conversation about Ja Morant on the 5150 show, I noticed that Cory intertwined his dislike for Kevin Hart's homies, the Plastic Cup Boys. If you didn't catch it last night, you know, I've heard him talk about it in the past before about his relationship with Kevin Hart and how he was around them and how he was an honorary Plastic Cup Boy, but he had to move around from them because of circumstances that, you know, didn't fit, I guess, who he was as a man, or, you know, his I don't know. I really don't know. I just know that he said he had to get away from them, or had to get from around them, or people had to get from around him. Now, although he didn't put a name to it, it was extremely clear who he was talking about. Listen to this.
Ready.
Hey, man, situations have happened like that while I've been around niggas, and I believe it's why them niggas don't with me. But I'm not finna let you do around me to a detriment of me. If I was a nigga who was just in it for the thrills, the money, and all that, it's a motherfucker that had me up under them. I know. It's about two people.
Facts, King.
I know man, you can't do that, man. That shit made them motherfuckers get the fuck away from me. And I'm talking about one of them is a mega star. But I wasn't finna smile with these motherfuckers that's with him. I was like, who's these niggas?
But a real person.
Who the fuck is these niggas you got around you, homie? These niggas and bitches, man, you about to fuck your shit up. And thank God it didn't fuck his shit up. But I bet you one day later on in life, that motherfucker gonna remember. That nigga Cory didn't fold.
Right, he said it. He told me.
I was in the camp. Yeah. Cory ain't fold, man. Get them motherfuckers away from you. I wasn't finna tell nobody necessarily everything about they niggas they fuck with. Some people you just gotta let, oh, that's a little lesson he'll learn, whatever. But I'm saying in the case of Ja Morant, man, dog, somebody gotta stand on it.
Now, here's the interesting part for me when it comes to this conversation when Cory's talking about them. Cory tends to see things how he wants to see things and kind of forms his ideas around somebody else's situation to compensate for however that situation ended for him, if that makes sense. So if somebody doesn't want to work with Cory, if somebody doesn't mess with Cory, if somebody doesn't want to throw Cory a lick, the way that he justifies it is by claiming that that person has an issue, that person has a problem, or that person isn't right, or they aren't a man, or they are, you know, weak, or they may be a fruit booty, whatever the case, but whatever it is that can help him justify it, other than looking at maybe it could be a him problem. Maybe people just don't want to work with him. Maybe people just don't like him. Maybe he said some things about somebody and tried to make it seem like it wasn't a big deal because he was just speaking on it on his show and tried to look. I don't know what it is. But when you speak on these guys, there has to be some type of sign, some type of, you know, evidence behind their actions or what you claim them to be. Because regardless of how Cory looks at these guys, the opinion that truly should matter to them is the opinion of their guy who they've been with since day one. So let me put it to you like this. If I'm Kevin Hart And I got my guys around me who I've been with since day one, who came up with me when I was down, when I was broke, when I didn't have shit, when I wasn't famous. And we all came up working together. And then as we're getting up and as we starting to make some noise with our name and as we starting to make these dollars, we start bringing in other people to try to help out or try to, contribute to what we got. We bring in one guy, a.k.a. Cory Holcomb, shit not gelling. So it's like, you seem like you keep getting into it with my guys. We gonna have to, And what I think is he expected Kevin to be loyal to him for some reason or to try to favor him or something like that. Because why else would you be, what could these guys be doing? I mean, in any other situation where somebody did Cory wrong or if somebody did something to rub him the wrong way, he would speak on it. But I can't just take these motherfuckers, they fuck niggas, or these niggas ain't shit. Why? What'd they do? What did they do that, and to say that they displayed some shit that would, in his eyes, fuck up everything Kevin got going on, and then in the same sentence say he's glad that nothing got fucked up for him? You want to know why it didn't? Because it's probably not true, the stamp that you're trying to put on them. Because Kevin doesn't seem like the type of person, as Cory tried to insinuate, that'll have people around him just because they want to kick it or just because they want to have fun and just because they want to be around be around the fame and all the other fuck shit. It seems like those guys work. And not only work, but they work pretty hard to try to keep that machine going alongside Kevin Hart. Why would I take away my loyalty or take away from everything that me and my homies built because you got a problem? How am I supposed to look at them sideways because you look at them sideways? They haven't done nothing to me. They haven't disrespected me. See, it's crazy. Like, if you're talking about these guys and how, you got to mention the fact that they've never switched up on Kevin Hart. And Kevin never switched up on them. That's the main part about this whole thing. These guys seem pretty tight-knit. And to be somebody that's an outsider and to make these type of claims, you got to have something to back that up. You got to talk about, you got to at least let people know what it is that they did. See, that's why I can't stand people who put shit on people's name without giving a reason or explanation as to why they feel that way. Either you scared or it's not true. But to me, it seems like a trend of things when it's not just Kevin Hart and his people, or it's not just the Wild 'N Out crew, or it's not just these other entities, these TV shows or people out here who just don't want to mess with Cory. It seems like a Cory problem. It seems like people just don't like him. I don't think it has anything to do with people wanting the rainbow community a part of their shit. I don't think it has anything to do with trying to make Cory do some suspect shit. I just think that now he has built this perception about himself. And when you're in Hollywood and you're looking for opportunities and you're looking to continue to maintain a career out here, it's beneficial to kind of save face, not to say to bow down or not to say to compromise yourself to do any fuck shit just for Hollywood. But going out of your way to constantly shit on an industry that you want to make it in, it's not lucrative. It's not lucrative. It doesn't help. It doesn't help your situation. That's all I'm saying. Now, we have to keep going because this shit that I saw yesterday that I had to get, I had to. There was no way I wasn't going to talk about this shit. Do y'all know superstar producer Scott Storch? He helped produce many a hits, especially in my generation between the early 2000s and mid 2000s 20, you know what I'm saying? It's like he had a nice run. Scott Storch had a really nice run. He got locked up for a while, came back, kept making shit, because you know when you a talented motherfucker, don't matter what happened in your life, you gonna come out there and you gonna hit that shit. Like Bobby Brown was doing copious amounts of cocaine. That motherfucker was still going out on stage performing his ass off. Anyway, I saw this cross my timeline. It was the most random shit I've ever seen in my life, but I need y'all to see this because this is a perfect example about watching who you have a child with. Because some of these bitches ain't shit. Now, Scott Storch is into it with the co-owner of Runts. Runts is a medical marijuana brand. And the owner, the co-owner of Runts, he goes by the name of JayPayd, who is, I'm assuming, a white man. Let me just show y'all before I play this, because this shit, I don't know how he's gotten away with this. I don't know who he kicks it with. I don't know about the black people that he's in tune with. But yeah, let me show you what he looks like. I need to find a proper white picture. A proper white picture is crazy. Let's see. This man don't like, he like to use dark filters and shit. He like to turn his face a lot. He don't like to show you who he is, but I'm about to give y'all this nigga like Adam 22. Look at this guy. That's who we're talking about right now. This is JayPayd, the co-owner of Runts. That's him right here. All right, looking like a skinhead. Looking like he just came from straight from the movie. What's that movie called? With the skinheads. Motherfucker, who was playing the skinhead? Was it what's that nigga from New York who be talking crazy, man? I forgot his name. Anyway, this is the JayPayd guy. I wanted to show you his face for a reason, because when you watch this video, he's gonna be saying some things that make you think he's not white, if you know what I mean. Now, just to set it up a little bit before y'all watch, just to give y'all a little context. This man, JayPayd, has been dating Scott Storch's baby mom for the past couple years. Scott Storch and his baby mom have they have a son, a young son together, who I think is like 3 or 4 years old. And yeah, American History X. That's what it is. That's what it is. I think is it? Wait, Michael Rappaport. Michael Rappaport was in Higher Learning, or which one was it? I don't know. Y'all figure it out. They have a young son together. Now, for those out there who have kids or may have stepkids, I need y'all to give me your opinion on this situation, because to me, this looks super weird. All right. Now, JayPayd went on his Instagram and showed himself going to Scott Storch's house, pulling up on him, walking up to his car, and kissing his son, and all hell breaks loose.
Oh, you're tough now?
Are you recording now? Okay.
Are you tough now?
These are two white men talking. I need y'all to remember this.
One video of me, if you put up one video of me, you're gonna have a big problem.
You put,
I'm warning you.
shut up, pussy.
If you do,
Shut up,
it's gonna
pussy.
affect my life either way.
Shut up,
But if
pussy.
you do, it's gonna affect your life.
I'm gonna post all the videos, huh?
Okay, great, cool. That's your life. Bye.
Yo, that's a wild remix, man. That's a wild remix, nigga. I Need Drugs is a wild remix of that LL Cool J joint, nigga.
I serve you.
Fuck out of here, bro.
I serve you.
Look at this bitch.
Talking about real G's will walk up and kiss your son right in front of you.
Bye, love, man. Bye.
Come on. You can do it right now.
You're finished.
You can do it right now, tough guy. You can do it.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on, tough guy.
Stop.
Come on, tough guy.
Get.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, one shot. Come on, one shot. Come on, one shot. Come on, one shot. Bitch ass nigga.
What was that he said at the end there? What was that word he used at the end there?
Bitch ass nigga.
Why when white guys get into heated arguments, they start saying nigga a lot?
Look at this pussy ass nigga. Look at this pussy. Look at this pussy ass nigga. Look at this pussy ass nigga. Why you running like a little bitch? Pussy. All right, Scott, get out. Pussy.
Now, listen here, man. I don't know about you, but that is grounds for death. You don't just walk up to me, but you walked on my property. You walked into my driveway and essentially sexually assaulted my son. I don't give a fuck if you fucking my baby mom. You're not his dad and you're not his stepdad. If you walk up and kiss my child, especially the way that this nigga just did it, you have to die. You have to. There's no other way around it. At the very least, you have to get stomped out. At the very least, you have to get stomped out. It don't make you a gangster. It don't make you hard. It don't make you somebody from the streets. It just means you're willing to defend your family from some fuck shit like this. That is straight pedo activity. There's no other way to twist it. Absolutely no other way to twist it. There's nothing gangster about it. That is weirdo activity that somebody decided to put on the internet. That's grooming. Some weirdo ass shit. JayPayd, you are a weirdo and a pedo, and you showed us on camera. Now, if we find out that something happens to this guy or something happened to this guy in the near future, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to smile and move on to the next subject. I'm not even going to comment on it, not even going to talk about it, not even going to pay no attention, not even going to like the post, not even going to retweet it. I'm just going to say, well, that's it. Well, move the fuck on, man. Insane behavior. Speaking of insane behavior, these motherfuckers, let me just take some time to say, these kid boys have been running rampant out here in Minneapolis, man. Running rampant. I have been seeing countless amounts of videos of these kid boys down over north, speeding through the streets, zigzagging, going through traffic, just being crazy. Now, I need us to hear this very clearly. We need to drop all these niggas who we cannot bring with us on this journey. As black people, as a black community, we need to feed these niggas to the sharks. I don't want to help y'all. I don't want to rehabilitate y'all. I don't want to talk to y'all. I don't want to give y'all words of encouragement. You niggas are lost. I don't want nothing to do with y'all. So you can never lump me or my people with common sense and logic with these outrageous niggas. I'm tired of this shit. We can't cape for the motherfuckers. See, that's what separates us from the other side. Because we can actually call out the fuckery that's going on in our own community. See, the other side, they like to put their hands up and try to be like, well, just because they're a certain color doesn't mean they're with us. But then on the other hand, try to lump these niggas with everybody in the black community. And like I was talking about earlier, the fact that the reality of the situation is that and not how we want it to be, we have to move accordingly. We have to move differently. Which means separating ourselves from these individuals who like to continue to downgrade us as a people. We have to push them aside. I'm not with any of that. You know what else I'm not with? This shit. Apparently 6ix9ine has come out as gay. It hasn't been confirmed yet, but we all knew it. Not just because he had rainbow hair, not because he likes to rub on academics' tummy at night, but because this man is simply just a gay acting man. He's very, very flamboyant, very suspect, very moist. I knew it was coming. I knew it was a matter of time. A lot of these guys who be on OnlyFans too, like, because these guys be on OnlyFans with their girls, their little OnlyFans models and shit. A lot of them tend to do some weird shit behind the scenes. A lot of them. I need y'all to understand, it's not just a theory that a lot of people in the entertainment industry either are gay or they go both ways. And this is not to shit on that community, and this is not me talking crazy or trying to demonize the community. I'm just speaking out loud. Okay? I don't feel no type of way about it. I don't give a fuck if this nigga's gay. I don't give a fuck who's gay. All I'm saying is I knew it. He said act shocked. Oh, 6ix9ine's gay. Nigga, what? Treyway? You mean Mr. Treyway? Big blood? Big blood? I can't even act shocked. Oh my God, this nigga likes penis. Nigga, I knew it. We all knew it. Man, that shit was funny to me though. I'm not gonna lie, it was funny to find. It was funny. And not even because it's true. I don't know if it's true. A lot of rumors have been sparking from the internet. That shit's fucking crazy. But if it is true, I already knew. It's hilarious. That's it. That's all I have to say about it. And real quick before I let y'all go, because like I said, I'm not gonna keep y'all long today. I just want to say, finding out that the person, you know, with the Jordan Neely situation. If you guys didn't hear about the Jordan Neely, of course I know most of you guys probably did, but if you didn't know about this particular part in the story, the homeless man Jordan Neely, who was killed on a subway by a ex-Marine who choked him out. They finally charged him for that murder, but in typical Kyle Rittenhouse fashion, white people have taken their funds and amassed a great amount of wealth for this guy who was once driving and riding on the fucking bus or on the subway, who now has gotten over $2 million raised for him in this situation. And it's probably well more than that, because when white people see a white person kill a black person, regardless of the circumstances, or a white person killing somebody in the name of whiteness, like a Kyle Rittenhouse, because he killed other white people, but those white people were a part of the Black Lives Matter organization. And when you're part of Black Lives Matter, it doesn't matter if you're black or white, motherfucker, get your ass out of here. When they see shit like that, it boosts them. It makes them so happy, so joyful, to the point where they will reach into their pockets and in their bank accounts and just throw money at the person who did it. You can't tell me there is no racism behind that. Over $2 million has been raised for this guy. You know how many people get in these type of incidents on a daily? Tell me somebody who murdered somebody on a random occasion like this getting money raised for them by the public like this. And as soon as the news dropped that he raised over $2 million, you know who jumped on that? Other white people. Oh, they donate money to him? They probably doubled it that day. And it doesn't just go for regular working class citizens. These are politicians as well. People, elected officials who are over making decisions for the public. Elected officials, man. That's exactly what they did with Kyle Rittenhouse. They was happy to tell you that they did it too. Yeah, I sent Cal $10,000 for his. These motherfuckers are crazy. But I will say this. That $2 million or however much money that was raised in his name, I hope he's able to use it. Because if they find him guilty of the murder of that man, it's going to be a while before he see a lot of that shit anyway. And that's if he see it. Because if he get locked up for it, somebody going to want their retribution. Somebody locked up going to want their retribution for what happened. Oh, you choked. Let me show you what it's like to get choked out, my guy. Let me show you what it's like to suffocate to death, my guy. Since you so easily, since you just took it upon yourself and thought it was just that. Now, granted, I don't know how this guy feels because we haven't seen anything of this guy besides that video. We don't know if he's a white supremacist. We don't know if he's a racist. We don't know if he wanted to kill a black man that day. We don't know anything about this guy. But if I was him and that wasn't my intention and that's not what I was doing, I wouldn't accept that money from them people. I'm not accepting white supremacy funds after killing a black man if I'm not somebody who is a racist, evil, white supremacist, bigoted piece of shit. So as this continues to develop, I will let y'all know what happens. Now, GMS fam, the green room, it's been a very dope Wednesday today. I appreciate everybody for showing up. I need y'all to do me a big favor. Hit that like button on the way out. Follow me on my socials. I follow everybody else. Hit the Cash App today if you're feeling generous. You can find the links to all that right down below in the description. Make sure you go to that comment section of the live when it is over. Let me know what you thought of today's show. Give me your thoughts. Put a GMS, whatever you want to do. But make sure you hit that comment section when this live is over. You'll help the algorithms, all that good shit. GMS fam, let's go. Shout out your city. Where are you tuning in from? Shout your city out. If you love your home, if you love where you from, shout it out right now in the live chat. Let me see it. We got Detroit in the building. We got Mississippi in the building. Hey. Let me see y'all. Spark something up if you got it. I know y'all seen me light up earlier, but I'll put it out because I want to go outside and enjoy it because it's very beautiful outside, man. Go outside, breathe the fresh air. Smoke something if you got it, relax. You've been doing your thing today, man. You've been working hard today, man. You've been making that money. You've been getting to the chicken. Go ahead and relax, man. Get back to it tomorrow, man. The weekend is almost here. Like I said, I'll see y'all Friday, but there's no 3Gs, man. My guy AP is going to be out of town. Shout out AP. Shout out Pac G. Shout out Binky. I'm still going to see y'all Friday, though, man. So make sure y'all pull up for the Friday show. I'm going to open up the show. We're going to do a StreamYard, man, so that people can join in on the show and talk, and we can have conversations about everything that's been happening during the week. And also, if you want to promote something, if you got something going on, a business, you do music, or you're an actor, you're a musician, you're something, whatever it is, if you're a doctor, if you're a motivational speaker, bring your ass back to the GMS show Friday afternoon, and I'm going to open up the StreamYard so that you can join and talk to the people, man. We're going to make it fun. And we're going to enjoy ourselves, man. GMS fam, the green room, I appreciate y'all. It's been a dope show. Hit that like button on the way out. Follow me on my socials. Do all that good shit. I appreciate every single one of y'all. GMS fam, the green room. We out.